Hello fellow woodworkers, welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and our blog for September. Roll the intro. Okay, so as you know, every month I like to do a blog to give you an update on the channel, what's been happening, give you some recommendations, and I usually talk through some things that you can buy either from Parkside or Aldi or someone else. It's been another fantastic month in September, with the exception of my terrible cold, which you can probably hear, so apologies if my voice is a little bit weaker than normal. So I want to start with a little bit of a discussion about the channel, how it's grown this September, and also a little bit of a review of that video with Evolution. Okay, so the channel, as I said, has continued to grow, and I'm really pleased with all the main metrics have gone up again this month. This month I've managed to add 64 new subscribers, my views have reached nearly 7,000 in a month, and my viewing hours, or my watch time, is over 980, which is a huge amount in 1 month. And again, that is very much down to the support I get from you as my regular subscribers. When I started out, as I've said many times, I didn't think I'd get 100, but now the channel is growing a little bit bigger, it gives me the opportunity to try and mix in a little bit of different content, which I'm very keen to do. So a really great month for the channel, and let's hope it continues to grow. And don't forget to share that channel with everyone you know. There have been 4 videos on the channel this month, and in case you haven't seen them, I'll put a link in the description to all the videos that we've had out. But this month we started the month with the router table build, which was a really popular video. It had nearly 1,200 views on its own, and I think that goes down still as my favourite thing that I've made in the Garage Workshop. Really pleased with that. The second video was the high and die compressor, along with a very difficult tale about my experience with B&Q. The third video was the Evolution circular saw video, and I'm going to come back to that in a minute. And then the last video was last week's, which was my T-Track storage video. So going back to the Evolution video, I was more surprised than anybody when I reached out to Tom and the guys at Evolution, and they agreed to provide me with a product to do a review on. I had done one previously on the Workshop vac, but obviously I did that completely separately from Evolution. The video that I did do on the circular saw, although it didn't get a huge amount of views, I actually felt it was a really good video in terms of I really got to grips with the saw, and I gave a really honest opinion, I think, of what the saw was like. But I have been thinking since whether something like that is too far out of the reach of this channel at the moment, where it's only a small channel, and although I've got some really brilliant subscribers in yourself, I'm not really sure the channel was ready for that video, because as I mentioned in the video, and I'll put a link on the screen here, there is a 10% code that you can use at Evolution. You can use it in Europe and in the US, and I did check back with Evolution and nobody has used the code yet. So either nobody's interested in buying an Evolution product, which of course is fine, or not enough people really are at the stage where they want to use one. So if you are thinking of buying something from Evolution, the code is in use for about another year. Please use it, because A, they'll give me a tiny percentage back, but B, it will also help to generate a little bit of extra much needed publicity for the channel. So again, the code here on the screen is Garage, but please use that code if you're thinking of it. But having said all of that, this week I also received this, which is a digital laser meter. Now, I got an email from a company based in China, and they said that they had this laser measurer, which they claimed is way above all of the other ones on the market. Now, I'm not going to mention the company because they've given me quite an unusual choice to make. They've said, make the video. If you don't like the product, rather than stopping me putting the video out, which of course they can't do, they've asked not to be named. So basically, if I try this laser measurer and I like it, they're happy for me to tell you who it's made by and where you can buy it. If I don't like it, They don't want their name on the video. Now, that might be quite common in YouTube land, I don't know, but for me, it was quite odd. But having said that, I have got a laser measurer, and to be honest with you, it's a basic Parkside one. It's okay, but the features on this one are on the box a lot better. So I will be doing a 10-minute tool review of this coming up, but if I don't like it, I will tell you who it's made by. Okay, every month I like to introduce you into some of the YouTube channels that I've been watching, and this month I've just got 3 for you, and actually 2 of them I think were mentioned in my August blog by viewers who said, oh, have you seen this, have you seen that? So I've been looking at the recommendations you've given me, and I picked a channel up myself. And these 3, I think, couldn't be more contrasting in nature. 3 quite well-established channels, certainly quite a lot of subs, but also 3 really, really different channels. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Woodshop Junkies. Again, all of these channels will have links in the description. The reason that I like this channel is the quality of the finished products are really good, but actually the workspace, I think the guy's called John, the workspace that he uses is very, very similar to a lot of the workspaces that I think we would use. I've watched quite a few of these videos now, and one of the ones I would particularly recommend is the screw and parts organizer, which I really liked. In fact, there's quite a few organizational videos on here, but I love the quality of the products. They're really, really nice videos. They're really easy to watch, and they're all around sort of 13 or 14 minutes. And when I've watched a lot of these YouTube videos, it does make me realize the timings on my videos on the Garage Workshop are horrible, aren't they? They're all over the place. Some are 10, some are 30, so I'm going to work on that. But a really, really good recommendation for you, the Woodshop Junkie. The second channel that I'm going to recommend to you this week, I think definitely came from one of the subscribers via the comments, and it is KC Woodworks. Now, this channel I love. I think it's got a really nice style, again, really nice quality products. And what I like about this is a lot of these products aren't things that really big YouTubers like Jason at Bourbon Moth or people like that are going to use. They're things that we can make in our own garages, our own workshops. There's lots of really nice ones on there. One that I would in particular draw your attention to, the laser cart video, which is actually the last one I watched. Really, really enjoyed that. Again, a really nice style to these videos. A lot of mixture of different projects as well. Well worth a look. Again, link in the description. Okay, the last channel for this month is Start Making Woodworking, which is a really nice channel. It's a channel I've come across before, but I'd never spent any time, invested any time in actually looking at the videos. And the guy in the video, I'm not entirely sure what his name is. He's just done a recent series on building a shed, which was absolutely brilliant. I think there were 4 or 5 or 6 different videos in the series. Well worth a look. Really nice conversational style to the videos as well, and lots of tips, really good tips, as well as examples of making things. It's not how to in the greatest sense, although there is a lot of that in there, but there's lots of reviews, there's lots of looking at different things. It's a really nice mixture of content, and as I'm seeming to find with every YouTube channel, and I'm sure you feel the same now, there is a Temu tools video on there, and Stuart's just put one on proper DIY as well. Lots and lots of woodworkers are finding the world of Temu, and it's quite interesting because obviously I've got a Temu video as well, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But it's really interesting to see the varying experiences people have had on that platform, but very, very popular. So the last one this week is Start Making Woodworking. Okay, as you know, on this channel I like to bring your attention to upcoming sales, mostly from Parkside, I've got to be honest, and also from Aldi. Now, Aldi have been a bit quiet on the DIY tool front lately, and the DIY sales they have had have generally not been great in my opinion, but this month they have got a couple of little things that are worth pointing out, and I think it's on the 5th of October they've got some of their workwear is coming into stores, and some of their active battery tools. I think there's a couple of like a drill or an impact driver and their battery units, so that's worth a look, particularly if you've got some Aldi tools and you want to back them up. Now, back to my favourites at Parkside, and I just want to give a shout out to the marketing people at Lidl. They have pulled a masterstroke in getting Arnold Schwarzenegger to front their Parkside campaign. If you have not had a chance to have a look at the video, Arnie's advert video, it's really, really good. It's very, very clever. So they've obviously invested a lot of money in paying him. Have they invested the money in the products? Well, they've got a really nice DIY sale coming up from the 5th of October. And there's a couple of little things that I would want to point out to you that are potentially worth buying. The first one is the angle grinder stand. Now, I don't have one of these, I have to confess, but I've got a friend who's got one and uses it all the time. He literally just puts his angle grinder in it, and it basically turns his angle grinder into like a mitre saw for metal. So if you're in the market for one, maybe worth a shout. They have also got the Parkside angle grinder on sale at the same time. The actual stand is $16.99 and the actual angle grinder is $24.99. But if you are thinking of getting one, that will be in this week's. By the time this video goes out, it will be this week's. The other one that I wanted to draw your attention to, which is also a really handy one, is the little Parkside workbench. Now, years and years ago, Black & Decker, I think it was Black & Decker. Yeah, the Black & Decker Workmate, I think it was. They used to make those Workmate benches. I've actually got one at work. It's fantastic. Now, I have got this little one. Mine has been completely destroyed. Now, you might think, well, why are you mentioning it as a good buy if it's been destroyed? Oh, my life, did I put that bench through hell. It put up with everything. Overweight, leaning on it, cutting through it, taking bits off of it, all the knobs in and out. It went through a lot, and I paid a very small amount of money. I paid £19.99 for mine. I got it just before COVID. Now, this month, it's £24.99. But this is one product that I would recommend. Now, it's not massively sturdy, I'll give it that. The metal that they use to put it together is all thin. All those things are there, but for what is an entry-level, cheap workbench, definitely worth the money. And the last thing that I wanted to draw your attention to is some of the active sort of workshop workwear that Lidl make. I have got quite a lot. Mostly everything I'm wearing today is made by Parkside, but they have got a knitted woolen fleece. I've got a very similar Lidl one, a Parkside one, and they've got some work trousers. Now, these are lined to make them even more winterproof, and they've got some lined work gloves. Now, I don't know about you, but my work gloves are just basic, cheap and nasty ones, also Parkside, but these ones are lined. So a little array as we go into winter. It feels like winter today. But as we go into winter, really important that if you're going to be outside for long periods of time, you know, you dress properly, you dress appropriately. So maybe worth a look. So a few little things from Lidl in the Parkside sale this month. Okay, so that's the end of this month's September blog. I know these videos don't tend to be as popular as my other videos, but I am really keen to keep you up to date with what's going on in the channel, so I will be continuing to do them. Just one little thing at the end. I did put in my video a couple of weeks ago that the channel is now on Patreon, so if you wish to support the channel, again, I'll put the link in the description, and I think the QR code is on the screen here somewhere too. If you are keen to support the channel, again, it's the cost, I think it's about £3.70 a month or something, which is, you know, the cost of a latte. It would really, really help support the channel in the same way that using the Evolution code would. Coming up, I've got a few other little projects, but this year I am going to be making some more things for Christmas. And surprisingly, when I looked at my channel views for this month, my Christmas tree video has been viewed loads and loads. So obviously coming into this Christmas, I've got a few more Christmas goodies up my sleeve, as well, of course, as my annual gifts for woodworkers. And I'm a bit sport for choice this year on things that we could get. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, please can I ask you to subscribe, like, comment, all of those things that keeps the algorithm happy. If you are a regular viewer, thank you so much for your ongoing support. It means a huge amount to me. Hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.